Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back for another Journaling on a Budget starting from scratch. So today's going to be a quickie, and this is about junk mail and something that when I originally was doing this book, I was not going to do anything with this page, and I was not going to do anything with this page because I just loved the way that they looked. And so I thought that they could just stay natural and be used by whoever gets the journal if they want to, or just keep them because they're just such a pretty color. But then Grandpa got this in the mail, and I thought, I really want to put this in the book. So this comes from Spectrum Health Foundation, and this is just, a pamphlet that he got. And I just thought, I really just love it. I love how big it is. I just love the word. And I thought, and the fact that it came, like folded already. And I thought I just have to put it in here because it just reminded me of this page. So we're going to put this in here. And it's a little bit too long. I am going to have to cut off a little bit of the H and a little bit of the E, but I've already went ahead and put some tea-dyed paper in the middle. And I don't want this to be too busy, and I don't want to cover it up too much because I really do love the page the way it is, but this is it's not going to affect it much at all. So this is what we're going to do. We did the slice of the envelopes. And so what I have done is I have taken, this is, just an envelope that we get in the mail. It's a nice big one. It's got a nice basket weave on the inside, so I usually keep them. And I just went ahead and I colored with the water and the blue marker on a piece of Walmart bag. I just colored the corners. I was waiting on hold at the doctor's office, or for the doctor's office, so I just went ahead and did it while I was waiting, since I couldn't start the video yet. And I'm kind of on a time crunch trying to get things done. So that's what I did. I just colored the corners, and then I just measured up the corner. I measured 1.5 inches this way and 1.5 inches this way on these two corners, because I did a couple of them. And then drew a line and cut them off. So now I have two little corner pockets or corner tucks, whatever you want to call them. Now, this one says recycle on it, and I like that. I think that that's really quite awesome, and so I'm going to keep that on there. I could have used the plain one off of there. If I would have cut this a little bit shorter, it would have hardly shown up, but I really wanted that to be there. And I just need to, right here we're really lifting up a little bit, so I want to put a little tiny bit of glue on there. And we're just going to put these on the outside corners of this page. There we go. I want to make sure I didn't glue it shut. Yeah, that's much better. And then because the recycle reads this way, I want to put it on this bottom corner here so that shows that it says recycle. Then what I'm going to do is, this is going to go on our corner. On the other corner we have this flip. So, I had to test it to see what I thought, but I actually think that it looks cute on there. So it'll be on there just like that. And then this page flips down like that. So that just gives it a little added interest. And of course the blue does go with this page because it's blue. But I really liked the way that looked. So that was not a bad thing. I wasn't sure what I was going to think of that. So what we're going to do with it is we're going to glue it down on this side, leaving the other side open so that we have a tuck spot. So I'm just going to put some glue on there. And then just slide it right on the corner. So the glue is on this side of our little corner, and then this side is open. So, and that's where we're going to be able to tuck our little hope. And then we're going to take this one see if there's a particular side that I want to have up. Really doesn't matter. I'm just going to put some glue on the side that will be on the other side. Just push that down on there. Got a little bit of glue on it right here because I had glue on my hand. Just wipe off any extra glue that we have there and press that down. But those corners look cute there. And then I did want to show you something. It's not something I want to do with this page, but if you decided that you wanted to have a page where you wanted all 4 corners, put that down now, that you wanted all 4 corners done, let me cut a corner from this one here. Let's go 1.5 and, whoops, 1.5. Just draw a line. Okay, so if we wanted this corner here, we could do one of two things. We could just glue it down there and then, you know, and do another one for the 4th corner. Or what you can do is you can just open it up and just, well, actually, you don't even really need to open it up. What you can do is just one side, just barely, just shave it, cut off the fold, so that now the fold's gone and it opens up. So then what you can do is you can take it, now that it's open like that, and you can glue it right on your page, just like that. And now you have that corner. Of course, you would glue it down, and you have that corner on this side too. So that's how you could do 4 corners if you wanted to do 4 corners on your page. I don't want to do it for 2 reasons. Number 1, I want this page left mostly blank. And number 2, I think that over here it would interfere. Yes, on this side it would interfere with our flap here. But I don't want to have it on there anyways, so that worked out okay. So there we go. Now we've got those on, and they're kind of dry. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of hold this up here. And because we glued the other side, we're open all the way to the top. We're open to both edges. If you wanted to have a tuck on both sides of your page, then you would open this up like this. You know, you'd kind of like, if I hadn't already cut it, you'd kind of do like this, and you would put just a little bit of glue right on this fold and right on this fold and put it on there, and that would glue it at the top. But it also, the glue will come down a little bit, so when you, like this one will go all the way up there because there's no glue on this side at all. If you had glued it along the folds on the inside, you know, you probably would wind up with something about like this as far as how far it would fit, because you're going to have a little bit of that glue come down onto your paper, so you won't be able to get exactly in that corner, but it still winds up looking very nice. So, but what we want to do now is, I know that I can fit all the way top and bottom. So what I'm going to start with is, I think I'm just going to cut right along the edge of this H and right along the edge of this E, and hope that that's enough. If not, I'm going to have to just take off just a little bit. So I'm just going to line this up. just like that, and oops, I went off a little bit. Just like that. Okay, let's see what happens. Did we cut off enough? Oh, that fits in there perfectly. I love it. So there we go. So see, this is just something that came. It had, you know, like some writing on the inside. You know, you think, oh, well, that's kind of cool. But, you know, if I cut it off, you know, then what is it going to be like? You got all this writing in it. You just cover it up. We've got writing on the back side. And, you know, there's two things here. I like where it says inspired by. And then there's a blank where you could put your name. And so I got to thinking, because I was going to cover the whole back, but I got to thinking that I don't think I want to cover the whole back. I think what I want to do is only cover it like right to there. So, and I thought, what do I want to cover it with? This is what I'm going to cover it with. The inside of this envelope. So this whole project right here is completely done with things that we have set aside. Now, when I first started watching junk journals and they had all of these great envelopes, you know, with the insides, I actually went to the store and bought some security envelopes. Number one, they're not as heavy as the ones that you get from different companies. And number two, it was just kind of silly because it took me a little while just to save a few envelopes, but eventually I got them. And now I have so many of them with so many different patterns that, I mean, you know, I probably won't be able to use them in a lifetime. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut across the top here. And because this looks like it was printed nice and straight, I'll be able to, that top line looks straight. Now I'm going to follow one of these lines up to make sure that I have a nice straight edge on here. I could draw a line, but this way, since there really is already a line for me, I don't have to, and then I don't have any erasing to do. And I don't have any pencil mark on the edge of my bit. Okay, so we're going to take this. This is going to go on here. Now I need to decide, do I want to, because there is, you know, like a little bit of room that I could bring it in a little bit, or I could take it right to the edge. I think I kind of like bringing it in a little bit. So I'll cut this one right here. Put a little dent in it right there so that I know where I'm going. Right there. And just cut up following that nice pattern. There we go. So now it's going to be like that. And then do I want to leave a little bit at the bottom? It's got a mark. Oh, that's glue. Let me see if I can erase that off of there. Now, let me try my other eraser, because I did, but now it's got a little bit of pink on it. There we go. Got it. One of my erasers leaves pink. The other one's good. Alrighty, so got that. We've got about 1/4 of an inch or so on each side. And so then, so I guess that I want to bring it maybe right to here. I'm just going to cut it. Right up there. And this isn't really for writing. This is to just cover up the extra stuff on the back. and just give it some pretty interest. Because some of the insides of these envelopes are not, I mean, they're okay. Some of them are really nice. I really like this basket weave pattern. And then I've got one that looks kind of like a coloring book, a adult coloring book. So that's going to go on there like that. Now, I can really see that this really like comes way out here. So I'm going to hopefully trim that up just a little bit. I didn't want to trim it up too much because we've already cut that, which we can retrim, but we want to make sure that it fits in here still. So there we go. Alrighty, so there we go. And on this side, I'm just going to glue this on like that. And then whoever this book belongs to, once they, get all of their things done, they can put their name on there. And that's how that's going to go. And if you don't want it that way, you can put it in this way too. Just like that. So I like that. I'm going to glue the other and stick it under a book in just a minute. So, because there's no point in just having you sit here watching me glue and spread the glue out to the edges. But that's what that's going to look like. I like it. And we've got our inside for tea dyeing. And actually I kind of like putting it this way because that keeps it closed. So I do like that. Thank you very much for stopping by. This book is going to be for sale. And I'm going to do an auction, a silent auction. So if you're interested, there will be whatever the current dollar amount is below each video, the current bid. And there will be my email address. If you would like to bid on this, just send me the amount that you would want to bid by email. It is whatever bid comes in first. That's that. Like if two people bid the same amount of money on the same day, whichever one bid first will go ahead and get that. So thank you very much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. And I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.